So I saw some Virgo midheavens. I think there was a Libra midheaven. I want to know how much you guys resonate with your midheaven because a lot of people don't like their midheaven and they have to do a lot of work around accepting it and embracing it. So I do like my MC in Taurus. Okay, I love that. Pisces midheaven, Cap MC, love it. This is great. So learning to love your midheaven is like a huge shortcut in business because your midheaven is your reputation. It's your legacy. When you're looking at your astro chart, your birth chart, at the very top of the chart, there will be something called MC. There'll be a line. And whatever sign that line is at, that is your midheaven. And so the midheaven is directly opposite the IC. The IC are like the roots of our birth chart. This is our family tree. This is our lineage. This is our ancestry. These are our emotions. This is our subconscious. This is our body. It's essentially the foundations of who we are. That root system allows us to really grow into who we're becoming, right? Most people do not end up living the exact same lives that their parents lived, right? That's just not how most of us, especially if you're on a self-development journey, operate. It's because our MC, our legacy, our reputation, our path is always directly opposite our childhood upbringing. And so because of that, the MC is really hard to lean into because it requires you kind of like leaving the family behind in a way, right? Saying you are you and I am me and I'm on my own journey and I'm going to do this life differently and I'm going to be known for different things. And so our midheaven is something that we grow into. We tend to naturally start to lean into it after age 30 a little bit more. And then the older we get, the more we feel like our midheaven. But something that I've noticed is that people who use their midheaven in their branding, in their brand voice, in their content creation, in the way that they show up in their business, they just tend to be rewarded by the universe. And I think it's because it shows that you're doing a lot of your deconditioning work early. It also aligns with how people perceive you. And so when there's that congruence between how people perceive you and how you perceive yourself and how you show up, that also builds trust. And like I said before, we need trust in order to buy, right? So when you lean into and trust your midheaven and you embody it and you work with it and you work through any blocks that stop you from leaning into it, that is a huge superpower in your business. Okay. I do a lot of work on the midheaven. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you've probably seen me talk about it a lot. Okay. So then the human design piece of the CEO energy is obviously your strategy and authority, right? If you could just follow that, if you could just learn what your strategy is, learn what your authority is, follow that, you will be fine. Like you wouldn't even need any of this other stuff. You wouldn't need to intellectually understand any of this because that is how we learn how to listen to ourselves, right? A good CEO is someone who listens to themselves. Ideally, like, yes, they're able to listen to other people and they take feedback and they're community minded, but they also have a maybe not a gut instinct unless they're a sacral, generator, but they have this ability to listen to their body, to their authority, to the part of them that speaks and tells them this is what we should do. This is where we should go. This is where we should take the business. So much of business success is intuitive, right? Or it's often labeled as intuitive, but it's authority. So much of business success comes down to your ability to listen to your authority. So I'm curious if you guys could put your strategy and authority in the chat and then let me know, are you good at listening to it? Is this something that you're working on? Where are you at on that journey? Because I would say like that is the foundations. That is so important. And I would start there for everyone, learning how to listen to that. It also just allows you to build trust with yourself because when you aren't listening to your strategy and authority, you're going to go to your mind to make decisions. You're going to go to the business coach that you've been following on on Instagram for a million years. You're going to go to other people to tell you what decisions to make, who you are, all of these things. And your soul aligned business is never going to come through that. It's only going to come through you building self trust and really trusting who you are. Okay. Yeah, I follow mine regularly. We have a lot of like emotional authorities. Yeah, sacral, all about embodiment. Yeah, so these are your keys. That's your key to seeing yourself as the authority. And how you'll know that you're really leaning into this is that anytime you're confronted with information, you will fact check it through that authority and go, is this true for me? And if it's not true for you, you'll be able to let it go. Like it won't have to sink into your psyche. You won't have to grapple with, should I do this or should I do this? Right? Because everyone online is telling us, everyone in the world is telling us so many different things: how to eat, how to dress, how to do business, how to market, how to whatever. And so the way to get over that like mental noise is to listen to your authority. So I love that you guys all seem to know it. The next piece is understanding your energy type because you need to set up your business in alignment with your energy, right? If you're a projector and you are trying to create content and do social media in the way that I do as a manifesting generator, that is not going to work. You're going to burn yourself out. Right? Whereas me as a manifesting generator, if I tried to do content like a projector does, I would get so bored. I would need 4 different social media accounts to run, right? Like we all have our own path to building a business and creating content that aligns with that business, marketing in a way that aligns with that business. And so knowing your energy type is really important. If you guys want to put that in the chat, that would be helpful too. Try to think